So, welcome back. It's been a couple days now. It's been 2 weeks actual time, and then however much time it takes me to record this video, which is another 2 weeks. Mostly because I'm lazy, and it's not that I'm bad. Well, I'm bad at editing, but it's not just that, like there's also some laziness involved. I'm fat, but that doesn't affect my editing skills, unless it does. Gosh, we're off to a horrible start. We're gonna talk about three things today. Three things that I'm a little bit excited about, not super excited, but very excited. First off, Nissan GTR, it's getting a price hike. Why? I don't know. The Corvette, the C8 Corvette, we've gotten some pretty decent leaks from Street Speed 717. And I'm not sure if he personally took the photo. I doubt he did, but pretty good photo. Yeah, super blurry, which means it's not a good photo, but it's probably the most we've seen about the C8 so far. So I kind of want to talk about the design of it. We already know it's going to be fast, right? Like, of course it's going to be fast. It's a Corvette. It's going to be fast. But what really matters, what I feel is going to really make or break this Corvette, is going to be the way it looks. So we'll talk a bit about that. And then finally, the Supra. Awesome, right? Because they lied to us. But this is a good thing, because it's actually faster and has more power than what we thought it would have, because Toyota lied to us. Why can't all companies lie to us like that, That'd be a good thing. All right, let's get started. So Nissan GTR, it's getting a price hike. And I'm reading this off of my, not a script, kind of just notes, but also not a script. Essentially, the price of the 2020 Nissan GTR Premium is gonna start at $115,235, and that's after the destination fee. That's up from the previous model year of the 2019 of $112,235. That's $3,000 more than the previous one. And I'll be honest, we're not really getting much more for it. It's pretty much the same GTR that we've already had for a couple years now. They did some minor tweaks to the tuning of the turbocharger. So basically, what people have already been doing, they're going to do it for you, except they're going to charge you $3,000 extra for it. Different or burnished exhaust tips, a different look for the wheels. Yeah, but that's about it, because the power stays at what it was before. So it stays at 565 horsepower, 467 pound-feet of torque. And I guess that's it. Really not much else for that. So you're really not getting much performance for the money. At one point when the GTR first came out, it was actually hovering around the $90,000, and it jumped up to like $100,000. And even then, it was still a really good price to performance, because you're talking at the time supercar performance levels for a third or fourth of the price. Whereas now supercars are significantly faster, better handling, better transmissions, just about all around better, except for the GTR. Now, this really falls into play whether, in fact, if you see the GTR as a supercar or not. I personally think it does. I think a supercar should be judged off of its performance, not off of its price category. Which, by that case, the Tesla would. All right, don't quote me on that. I need to rethink this, because Tesla is actually significantly quicker than a lot of those other cars. I said quicker, not faster. Quick is how quickly something can go, or the time it takes for something to go 0 to 60. Fast would be more, like the overall top speed. So I definitely think that the Tesla, P100D is probably quicker than most other supercars, or most other cars, but maybe not faster. But yeah. We're also going to get a 50th anniversary edition of the GTR. For some reason, Nissan loves to release those different editions. Pretty much the same treatment that we got with the 370Z the 370Z 50th anniversary. No more power, nothing else, just basically a paint change and some stripes. Next, the C8, Corvette C8. As I'm talking, somewhere along the editing process, I'll throw up pictures of what the new C8 is going to look like. It's tough. Honestly, it's tough because, okay, so it doesn't look bad. I don't think it looks bad. What I think the problem with the new C8 is that it looks like, if you were to go into a dictionary and look up the word, sports car, and pull up the first picture that comes up on that page, it's gonna look like that. It doesn't look unique. It doesn't look special. There's nothing about it that screams, this is a $100,000 car, which is what my estimate for the entry-level price range is gonna be. This is a significantly more expensive Corvette to produce than the C7. So I'm really hoping that Chevrolet decides to keep the C7 and sell it alongside the C8. But I'm hopeful but hesitant to believe that that's going to be the case. I don't see why they wouldn't. They're going to really alienate a lot of their customer base because a lot of people who they're currently buying Corvettes is exactly what they wanted to do. They wanted to attract a much younger demographic, which with the C7, they finally did. They finally stopped making a Corvette that looks like, it was designed in the 1990s. And it finally looks like a car. It finally looks like a supercar, like it looks amazing. I love the way it looks. I still remember the first time ever seeing one in real life, and I had no idea what kind of car it was. I looked at it and I was like, what car is that? And come to terms, it was a Corvette. That's when I became a man. Yeah, tragic. But yeah, no, sorry, sidetracked. I didn't take my medication this morning. I did. Jesus, where were we? C8. It just looks so basic. It looks bland. It looks like every other generic sports car. I feel like there's nothing special about it. They had such a big opportunity with making it, like a mid-engine car. You can really do so much with the looks for that car, and they didn't. Think about a McLaren. Think about the modern McLarens. You could see any McLaren on the road and not have a McLaren badge, but it's a McLaren. It looks like a McLaren. It's distinctively McLaren. Look at a Lambo. I've never seen a Lambo and confused it with any other car, ever. That doesn't happen because Lamborghinis look like Lamborghinis. Look at Porsches. They look unmistakably refined, and that's what Porsches are supposed to look like. Now, if I showed you the Corvette, which here it is, and we took off all the badging on it, would you be able to tell it's a Corvette? Because I wouldn't. Honestly, if I were to see that, it looks like a generic, it looks like the kind of sports cars that people or the car wash companies put on their bottles, I'll try to pull up like a Meguiar's bottle or something, or like microfiber towels, and show like a generic supercar, and that's exactly what the C8 looks like to me. And then there's also that picture from the back, which honestly, I think it looks bad. Street Speed 717 said it probably has something to do with the angles, but I don't necessarily think it does, because I've seen C7s from different angles from the back, bottom to top, left to right, and it still unmistakably looks good. Objectively, right? But it looks good. The C8 looks kind of like what the new Camaro should have looked like. Like if the rear end of the Camaro looked like that, it probably would have done better. 100% it would have done better in sales. But instead it flopped because they changed so much about it. Now, if they would have I honestly think, if they would have put what the current back end of the Camaro looks like onto this C8 Corvette, I think it fits more. Now, I don't want to be like one of those like Corvette like diehards that continuously talk about, oh, it doesn't have like rear brake lights. It's not a real Corvette. Like, times change, move on, get over it. But as far as design language goes, this doesn't look like an evolutionary design change for it. If you look at every year model car like every changing year model car, you know, from the old Mustang. Well, Mustang's kind of a tough one because, yeah, they did change they did change a lot. So forget I ever said that. But look at like the Gallardo, the Lamborghini Gallardo. Then look at the Huracan. Look at the Aventador. They all look not necessarily the same. Like you could very visibly be able to distinguish what the Aventador looks like versus what the Huracan looks like versus what the Gallardo looked like. But every single one of them is unmistakably Lamborghini. That doesn't apply to the C8. Like, I can't stress that enough. It does not look like a Corvette. And given I have zero design experience, never went to school for it. The closest thing I've come to designing is like a birthday card, and even that wasn't that great. My mom didn't like it. It's not on the refrigerator anymore. But I mean, I feel like I could probably I couldn't do a better job. Let's just say it's bad, right? Like, it doesn't look horrible. I'm extremely, extremely grateful that, you know, Chevrolet took the time and energy to, you know, design a mid-engine sports car. You don't see that anymore. You don't see many car manufacturers developing sports cars. And so I'm really, really happy that this one is being made, you know? But it's just a bummer. You know, the design isn't necessarily what I would have hoped, especially riding off the shoes of, or riding off the heels of, actually, I don't know how riding off, I don't know. Especially after the C7 Corvette. I love the design of the C7 Corvette. Honestly, if this channel gets any bigger, and please like and subscribe so that it does. Graham Stephan, that's his name. We're gonna bust one of his moves, and just ask for likes and subscribes every like 5 to 10 minutes. So like the video, subscribe. If you want the Corvette to do well, like the video, and it will do well. If you don't want the Corvette to do well, subscribe, and then it won't do well. That way, you guys win, and I win, and everyone wins. Where was I? I'm not gonna cut this. Wow, I really lost my train of thought. I guess we're just moving on. Toyota Supra. Sorry, I keep bumping the mic. Toyota Supra. So, the new Supra, it's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that's where I was. If this channel gets any bigger, I wanna buy one. So just as a roadmap for you guys, like the end goal here is to buy an Acura NSX. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I really like it. It's like it's currently like my dream car. Like, Lambos are dope, right? And I like Lamborghinis. And a Porsche would be pretty cool as like a daily commuter, but like daily commuter. But the Acura NSX is, that's the sauce right there. That's what I want. Jesus, I lose my train of thought so easily. Supra is actually, it's a car that I want to get. It's a very, very nice sports car. I have all the best words. Limited vocabulary. Stay in school, kids. Super nice car. The design, I really like the design. Again, it looks unique. You know, like, I don't necessarily see that car and immediately think Toyota, but I think that's okay, because I see that car, and because I know it's a Supra now, that's what a Supra looks like to me. When I think Supra now, that's what pops in my head. So I really like that they changed the design slightly. It looks, the current Supra actually looks like what it would have looked like if the Supra would have continued through production and just, oh, there's a guy back there. We might have to move here in a bit. The new Supra looks exactly what it would look like, or what I think it would have looked like had they just continued to always release the Supra on a yearly basis. I think this would just be the evolutionary design of it. You know, I feel like eventually it would have ended up here. So that's good. I like the way it looks. But the main thing here, and I'm going to look back at my notes. So the Supra on paper, it's supposed to be making let's see, 332 horsepower and 387 foot-pound of torque. That's pretty good. Now, I've seen a lot of people complain that, for the price, that you can get more horse. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I don't care. I used to drive a BRZ. Actually, no. I used to drive an FRS. Same difference. But it's not about just the power. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you're one of those, like, horsepower bros who just, like, you put some more power, baby. If you're one of those guys, no. The same for you. The Supra's for me. Because I owned an FRS. And I wanted a car that handled perfectly, was just a little bit more power, but I was never skilled enough to, like, do my own power mods onto the FRS. But they did it for me with the Supra. Dude, the Supra looks so dope. I love the way the Supra looks. Super picture. And we're back. That's not gonna work out at all. But it looks dope. It looks super, super dope. And the actual horsepower numbers are... So, okay, I don't want to say actual, right? Like, the actual horsepower numbers are whatever Toyota gives us, right? But I believe it was Motor Trend. Am I wrong? Motor Trend actually tested this with their own dyno and their own Supra. The numbers that they got were 390 horsepower to the wheel. That's crazy. That's like 60 more horsepower. We're paying for it, but like it wasn't promised, and I think that's amazing. Like, we're actually getting more power than we thought we'd be getting, and that puts us much closer to like a 400 horsepower car, and that actually puts us, closer to like the price range of it, which is really cool. I like, getting more power. Obviously, we're also looking at 455 foot-pound of torque. Again, more torque than what we were expecting to get. And cool thing, actually, I believe this was also Motor Trend. They actually dragged the Supra with the new Z4 or the Z5. I don't know what it's called. I'll check. I'll correct it here. But yeah, they put them up, drag strip 1-to-1, and it was really dope. The Supra won, and with it in a rolling start, launch control, everything, every single time the Supra outpaced. Not only did it get a better launch than the BMW, it gapped it. Like, it continued to go faster. It's amazing. Like, and it's not that big of a weight. There's a slight weight difference, but between the convertible and the hardtop, but not big enough to yield those kinds of results, which really goes to show that Toyota knows what they're doing. Toyota knows how to make fast and exciting cars, which is why for such a long time, it's kind of like a mystery as to why they weren't making more fast and, fun cars. They totally know how to do it. Why aren't they doing it? And now they're doing it. That's great. I like it. I enjoy it. I want one. So please, there's only one way we can get one, and that's if you like this video and subscribe, because I'm going to make more of these videos for you, and because you guys get to see some cool stuff, but that's about it. That's all the car news for today. So if you want to exit the video, you can exit the video. I'm mostly just going to talk about the channel now. So yeah, channel news. Again, no, I don't have a schedule yet. Life's pretty hectic. I've got a couple different things going on, and of course, none of you guys know me enough to really care about what's going on, but I'm going to tell you anyways, because I feel like there should be some amount of clarity. Yeah. We're actually going to be I'm going to try to upload at least 2 videos a month. That's for sure. That's a given. 2 videos a month. As time goes on, I'm going to try to increase that to 4 videos a month, hopefully once every week. I don't want to set it to a specific day. If I can upload multiple videos a week, I definitely will. It's mostly just a matter of me finding the time and there being some exciting stuff to talk about, or me having a part to install or something. I really want to do like a car washing video. Not so much just a car wash, but like I like to do my wheels a very certain way. and it's a very, very long process, and I feel you guys would enjoy seeing what that process is like. So definitely keep you guys updated on that. Follow me on Instagram. I'll put it down below, or somewhere on the, I'll put it somewhere. My Snapchat, follow that. Add me on Snapchat. You guys will get to see nothing on the Snap. I'm rarely on Snapchat. You don't have to follow me on Snapchat. Instagram, you do. My Instagram's pretty dope. I post a lot of like photography videos. That was stupid. I post a lot of photos of my amateur photography. I'm not good at it. I don't pretend to be good at it. I take pictures that I like, and then I post them because if I like them, someone else will like them. Yo, thank you to my 2 subscribers. You guys are dope. One of them is my girlfriend. The other one is my mom. Thank you guys. Supporting the channel as always. Is this long enough? Is this how I get YouTube revenue? We're gonna just go on roll call right now. I'm gonna name drop a bunch of people just so that I can put them in the keywords, and then it's gonna rank better. Street speed. Jesus, that was already.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
TJ Hunt, actually TJ Hunt. Shout out to you. You're a huge inspiration for me making this channel and doing all of this. So thank you. You released a lot of dope content. I'll be honest, I haven't really watched a lot lately, but that's mostly because I don't have my FRS anymore. But yeah. Adam LZ. I don't know who you are. I'll Google you though. I'll YouTube you because I know you're a YouTuber. Yeah, that's about it. So, peace. I'm still here.